Since the first person ever climbed the Matterhorn, there have been 603 deaths recorded. It's the world's deadliest mountain. No other has claimed so many lives. The mountain itself is a labyrinth. You get tired, your concentration drops. At some point, you just want to go home.
Last year we had a lot of deaths. A father with his son, 2 colleagues, a woman climbing alone, a man. Just how often it was happening became a problem for the team.
The Matterhorn isn't a mountain you can just climb casually, even if you're very skilled. It's been a year now. That image will probably never leave my mind. That person just falling, silently, with his backpack on.
No mountain guide, no experience, the wrong equipment. Many of them just shouldn't be up here.
Will
you look at that? They might as well have left their rope at home the way they're climbing. It's no wonder there are so many accidents. To look at, the Matterhorn is simply one of the most beautiful mountains in the world. In the mountaineering scene, the Matterhorn will always be one of those must-haves on your list. My name's Anjan Truffer. I'm a mountain guide here in Zermatt and the head of rescue operations for Air Zermatt and the Zermatt municipality.
Anjan has led over 200 guests safely up the Matterhorn. On top of his mountain guiding work, he's been part of over 100 rescue attempts on the mountain, but many ended fatally. Today he's with Air Zermatt. The helicopter team is getting the mountain ready for the next season.
Okay, everything's in the green.
In early June, the 4,478-meter summit is still completely covered in snow. For now, the crew can only access it by air. It's still far too early to scale the peak. Over 3,000 people try to climb the Matterhorn every year. The standard route follows the Hörnli Ridge. Fixtures and ropes are installed along the way.
2, 1, contact.
They're there to make the ascent safer for climbers.
We're unhooked. You're free.
Copy, hoist up.
Part of our job each year is to check the equipment. That should be fine. We just replaced it last year. We've put in anchors at various spots. Some are just small expansion bolts you can clip a carabiner or a rope onto. Farther up, there are really thick fixed ropes. You can hold on to them or pull yourself up. If we didn't secure the route like this, there'd be even more accidents. If, even with these in place, you can't make it up the Matterhorn, you're definitely in the wrong place.
Mid-July. Conditions on the Matterhorn are now ideal, and it's full speed ahead for the climbing season.
My name's Meli Rüfenacht. I'm from Solvay, and I'm very passionate about being in the mountains. My kids know it's my passion. I'm extremely happy when I'm in the mountains. If I haven't been for a while, they'll even say sometimes, "Hey Mom, time to go climb a mountain." The Matterhorn is always one of my favorite mountains. I really love going there.
1 year ago, Meli witnessed a fatal fall on the Matterhorn. She's returned to the mountain for the first time since then.
Hi, Meli. I'm glad it worked out.
In the end,
Finally back at the hut, even under the circumstances.
no, it's nice.
My name is Edith Lehner. I am 59 years old. I've been warden at the Hörnli Hut for 7 years, along with my husband Martin.
Most climbers spend the night in the Hörnli Hut, then begin their attempt at the summit early the next morning.
Shall we start? Are you coming? We're starting. I have a very positive relationship with this mountain. I fell in love with my husband here. We climbed the Matterhorn together. I'm very grateful that we're serving as hut wardens on such a famous mountain. We're mainly responsible for the hut. I keep my distance from what goes on the mountain itself. That's not for me to judge. All the same, when we see people arriving poorly equipped, without proper boots, without a rope or climbing gear, we try to draw their attention to it, but very few listen.
If you're going alone, you really do need to take a rope with you. No, there's not a fixed path up the Matterhorn. No, but I have... Are you sure you actually want to climb it? Then you have to get informed. This isn't... You can't just...
We get lots of questions. What's the route to the Solvay Hut like? Can you do it with a via ferrata set? Just stupid questions that don't make sense here. You come here prepared. With the changes up there, people are treating it maybe more like a fixed route or a trail run. That's really not what it was intended for. It's an alpine climb. You need proper equipment and mountaineering experience. Obviously, it's no good for other visitors who come and try to tackle the Matterhorn.
Full on.
What did he want?
He wanted to climb the Matterhorn with a via ferrata set. He asked me where he could clip in, whether he needed a rope if he went alone. Clueless.
During last year's season at the hut, we sadly had many fatal falls. Very different circumstances. A father and his son, 2 colleagues, a woman on her own, a man on his own. In the end, just the sheer frequency became a problem for the team. There are things you just can't let go of. My primary task is to make sure the team can carry on, that daily life at the hut continues, even when there's a death or a rescue operation.
It's been a short night. Most climbers set off at 3:50 a.m. Meli is also climbing this morning. She's on the Hörnli Ridge, heading for the summit. 1 year ago, a Ukrainian climber was on this same route before his fatal accident.
A year's passed, and I'm curious about what it will do to me now. I want to pay a final tribute to the climber I saw back then, to revisit that spot and remember him. No one except us two knows exactly where it happened. I can still see him before me. It's about consciously going back there now, not just rushing past the spot. Really returning. And yes, honoring him again. It might sound strange, but I just want to think of him once more. This is where he was standing. They were doing something here with a rope. Then he stepped over here. He was actually standing right here. Then they kept working with the rope here. And later he was standing even farther back here. I'm someone who will chat a little if I have time. I told him to be careful, not to step too far back. I asked if everything was okay. We spoke English. He said, yes, everything's fine, it's a nice day, and that he was turning back now. That this was as far as he wanted to go, that he didn't like it anymore and that it was difficult. I still remember him clearly. He was standing there like Charlie Chaplin with a big ice axe, leaning on one leg, and he was very, very friendly. He actually did turn back and wound up coming down more or less behind us. But there were others descending behind us too. Then things got a bit crowded, just like he'd done for me, out of politeness. He took another step back to give them space to pass. We were farther down already, but we were also waiting on other climbers. I looked up to watch what they were doing up there. Then he took another step back, just a tiny step, and lost his balance. He fell backward down the north face. It's an image that will probably never leave me. It was silent. He didn't make a sound, not a cry, nothing. A person silently losing his balance from a tiny step backward. Out of kindness, he stepped back, straight off the north face. I can still see him now, falling like a doll, with his backpack and everything. Those accidents leave me with a deep sense of reverence, respect for the mountain, being truly aware that every single climb is serious, that it demands my full concentration. After an accident like that, I tell myself, when I'm in the mountains, I have to give it everything I've got.
In 2024, over 3,500 people found themselves in peril in the Swiss mountains. That summer saw 36 fatal accidents that occurred during hiking and climbing on the Swiss Alps.
I don't think the Matterhorn itself is dangerous. People make it dangerous. With so many wanting to climb it, it automatically means more traffic. It's basic math. When 3,000 people go up, much more can go wrong than with 300. The mountain itself isn't that technically difficult. There are only really two sections where climbing gets really challenging. What really makes scaling the mountain difficult is following the route. In places, it's almost like a labyrinth. And there are still far too many people up there. Without a guide, with no experience, sometimes with the wrong equipment. That's what makes the mountain dangerous.
4,003 meters up stands the Solvay Hut. Climbers can find shelter here if they get into trouble.
We're here at the Solvay Hut, or the Solvay Bivouac. As you can see, it's pretty basic. There are a few bunks with blankets. Back there is another small room. It's designed to hold around 8, but the most I've ever seen in here was 43. That's a squeeze. It's meant as an emergency shelter, but unfortunately people often make it part of their standard tour planning. Many mountain guides would honestly love to blow this place up. When we get here early in the morning, the overnighters have often already set off. That means we have people above us who can trigger rockfalls. It would be great if people only used the hut in emergencies, but that's wishful thinking. It unfortunately doesn't work that way. I take the mountain rescuer's perspective. Every summer we have multiple evacuations from here. When you see how many lives this hut saves each year, I'm rather in favor of it. But as a mountain guide up here with clients, I get as annoyed by the hut as all the other guides do.
Reg ich mich natürlich genau gleich über die Hütte auf wie alle anderen Bergführer auch. Oh, schau jetzt da.
Take a look down the east face. Now 2 experts are coming. Do you see them down there? They got lucky. The ones down there are way too far from the route. They have a long stretch of loose rope. It's just gotten jammed again. Now one of them has to step over it. Then they're yanking on it. That's how a block gets loosened. Then you get rockfall. The other 2 you see there are also completely off the route. They're in that fragile section of loose stone. It's always interesting to watch which variations people go for and how they handle their ropes. It's no surprise so many accidents happen. Now the ones below have triggered another rockfall. From the Hörnli Hut to here, they've been on the move for 4.5 hours, almost 5. That's half the ascent. We saw mountain guides with their clients earlier. You can do the trip in 2.5 hours at a relaxed pace. 10 meters of loose rope. See how it keeps getting tangled and snagged on the lower climber? The way they're climbing, they might as well have left the rope in their backpack. Let's be honest, these people don't belong on the mountain. But we'll see. We'll wait until they get here and ask what their plan is. Then we'll know more. What's interesting is that many fatal accidents happen along the route mainly because people aren't on the right route. That uses up a huge amount of time. The longer you're on the mountain, the greater the risk of something going wrong. Where you're up here too long, you get tired. You get mentally fatigued, your concentration drops. At some point, you just want to go home. A lot of accidents happen on the way down, not the way up.
Hello guys.
How are you?
I'm very good.
Very good.
Powerful.
Super.
We didn't expect to be in this condition.
You feeling good?
Yes.
Happy?
Happy, good. Without any,
No problem.
with headaches or stuff like that.
Yeah. You are well acclimatized.
Probably yes. What do you think? It's a good way to continue or not? No?
I don't think so. When you look at the weather forecast.
Yeah, I looked and I saw that at
And
1 p.m. it will...
It's probably sooner now. They corrected. They changed it now for 11 o'clock.
Thank you so much.
No problem. With pleasure.
We'll take care and...
Yeah, you do that. You know, the mountain is not moving. You can always come back.
These 2 actually listen to me. That's pretty rare. They have no idea how to work with the ropes. You can tell by how they're trying to rappel. I don't need to say anything, do I? Pure comedy.
Comedy pur, oder?
We're officially still missing a total of 20 people on the Matterhorn. Many of those are far down the east face. There's a huge crevice down there. If you fall into it, it's practically impossible to get you out again. The terrain is also extremely split up. Someone can just disappear into a rock crevice, something like that. Even if you can reach them, the bodies are sadly not in good shape by then. You can't always find a whole body, even a whole body part. It's how people simply vanish. Social media influencers certainly have a big impact these days.
So here's part one of what it's like to climb the Matterhorn in Switzerland, totally unsupported and without a guide. The Matterhorn is one of the most dangerous mountains in the world to climb, mostly due to inexperienced climbers attempting it. Unfortunately, while we were there, we overheard that there were 2 deaths on the mountain the day prior.
An 11-year-old boy has become the youngest American to climb the Matterhorn.
In the mountains, the Matterhorn, or anywhere else, all kinds of people show up, wanting to have a nice vacation. Many of them just don't belong up there. And at the end of the day, it's a miracle that not more happens.
I'd simply wish for more respect. Respect for the mountains, for our landscapes, and for our resources. Respect is key for the future. Treating each other with respect. Respect, that's almost the most important word for me.
My stance is that as many people as possible should be climbing the Matterhorn with a mountain guide. If they did that, I'm certain accidents would more or less disappear. That's not possible in Switzerland, though. As I understand it, you'd even have to change the federal constitution since the mountains are accessible to everyone. On top of that, how would you even enforce it? You can't put a fence up all around the Matterhorn and stop anyone who doesn't have a ticket or a mountain guide. That's no good. We'll always have this problem. The next generation will have it, and many beyond that. It'll continue to shape the history of the Matterhorn.
Farther down on the Hörnli Ridge, a climber has fallen. The Erzermatt rescue crew is already on site. Fatal accidents are common in mountaineering. Meli, too, has had to cope with it.
Yes. I've already lost someone who was very close to me. When something like that happens, it never really lets you go. I feel like it's always there. I don't know what to say.
I once had to recover one of my favorite colleagues. That hit extremely hard. Of course, you start questioning why it even had to happen. Perhaps you think of it in a more philosophical way, that there's something else out there, that his time had simply run out.
You can process it. Life goes on, as they say. And still, events like that are turning points in life. They shape who you become. There are certainly moments after losing someone when you think back. In a similar situation on the mountain, you remember that person and ask yourself how it happened. Did that one person perhaps just lack that tiny bit of luck?
Das ist leider so.
That's sadly how it is. I think anyone who goes up the mountains is aware of it and can live with it. At least most people. When I talk with my fellow mountain guides, who all have plenty of experience, every single one has at least one moment where they just got lucky. You need that luck too. That's the fact of it. Everyone answers to themselves about how satisfied they are with their life, what it's giving them. This profession is incredibly fulfilling for me. Being able to go into the mountains with my guests, being able to rescue people or help someone, I get a lot back from it. It grounds you too, keeps your feet firmly on the ground. The problems that can weigh on other people don't affect you as much when you see things like that, with experiences like that.
I really try to live in the moment. When I've climbed a mountain and I'm standing on the summit, I enjoy it fully. I truly appreciate that moment. Whether I'm in the mountains with this view or with people or doing something with my kids, whatever it is, I make sure to really enjoy the moment. In recent years, I've experienced a lot. Lost important people that I was very close to. And with experience, you start to appreciate these moments even more. You appreciate life even more deeply because you know that it ends.